What's going on, man?
What's the deal, bro? Glad you could finally catch up with us, man.
I was on my lounge sitting there talking to people and waiting for you to hop on. Then I hopped off and I saw you was sitting there. I was like, I'm happy I hopped off. But yeah, what's going on, man? You
Oh,
alright?
oh yeah, I'm good, man. My bad. I actually, you told me to set it up, so I end up sending it out to you, but it's all
Oh, my
good.
bad.
No, you all good, man. But yeah, bro. Shoot, man, it's good to finally catch up with you. It's funny
Cool,
because
man. I know we both been having conflicting schedules and stuff, so
yeah, and the,
yeah.
the last time we had the chance to chop it up, bro, and I mean live, actually had a chance to chop it up live, was actually the first time I had ever had like an online experience for real. Like, you know what I'm saying? As far as like putting out content and recording it for an audience to actually view. You was actually the very first person I had a chance to have that like over the phone, like internet type of conference experience
That's
with.
what's up, man.
So,
That's what's up.
but it's been nothing but amazing, bro, because I had the chance to reach out to a lot of people. So I just want to thank you personally, man.
For sure, man. I see you still doing your thing. We got to make the day just as good as the last time, man. If not better.
Oh yeah, for sure, if not better, man. So I know you said you wanted to just kind of, just talk about, what's been going on ever since,
Current economy, yeah. I mean, what's been new with you, man? How are you handling this whole Corona thing?
So bro, really, I've been preaching the same thing. Just been taking advantage of like just ridiculous stock prices in today's economy, and I know everybody is not an investor, and that's totally okay. Because this is actually my first year, 2020. This is my first year actually putting dollars towards stocks. I had like previous experience with markets like Forex and stuff like that, but I never actually put dollars towards stocks. So anybody who looking for, I know I got a lot of cousins that's looking for like part-time jobs and shit, trying to make a quick come up. Like, bro, you're not gonna make enough money to really change your life. But what you can do is start buying stocks with these companies and
Some
gain
long-term gain.
position and
Some long-term gain, yeah.
have the potential to make some money that can potentially change your life. You know what I'm saying? So if investing not your thing, then shit, you could put out more content. That's another thing I've been doing since I've been in quarantine. Just trying to be more aggressive with the content, which is why I say shout out to Marcellus because people see the hustle when you're putting it out. You know what I mean? So those are the two things I've been taking advantage of. Like, only thing I've been spending my money on,
Content and stuff.
stocks and groceries, bro.
Groceries, that's the only thing you can spend your money on. I feel you on that too, man. I've been pretty much doing the same thing, just planning for the future and stuff, you know. 'Cause, you can't stay down forever, so obviously this is going to come to an end. No matter how ugly it looks right now, you can't. That's one thing I've learned in life. You can't stay down forever. So this, no matter, I seen somebody that's talking about 2022, if we might have to be in this state. I highly doubt that's going to happen, but no matter when this thing ends, man, I mean, those that are prepared for it are going to capitalize off of it. Those that aren't. So, and the thing that I kind of had to come into with the mindset of, all right, I see this is happening, and the thing is just that I don't want, you're going to have the majority of people that come out of this pandemic with their life being the exact same. And I just didn't want that to be me because
Wow.
you and I both know, when recessions hit, when times like this hit, when people have major emotions and they're in fear, that's when the greatest amount of change can happen.
Facts.
Stuff's about to change for good now because, I mean, people's habits are changing. People are actually washing their hands. People are more conscious of their health. And not even on the health side of things, but just, whenever you have rapid changes in the market like that, it's a great time to look at, look at
Bro,
yourself and
do
look
you
at everybody
understand
around
how
you.
happy I am that I got my mom like drinking tea? Like, I have a very unhealthy family, so the fact that now like my own mom is making more conscious decisions with her health and shit. They say sometimes it takes tragedy to really motivate people.
Always.
And you know what I'm saying? She fell ill with over the last week or so. So, I have been just
Sorry to
giving
hear
her
that, man.
ginger tea and all type of honey and chlorophyll and just trying shit. And now it's her shit now. You know what I'm saying? So she
Yeah.
started to
You
make it
start
a habit
becoming
or a
habit.
routine. So,
Exactly. Start
but
becoming a habit.
but yeah, exactly like you said though, bro. You don't want to come out of this whole thing without capitalizing because we all know that millionaires are made in recession. I talked about it previously that in the 1930s when we had the biggest economic crash known to man, the Great Depression, people was going out of business, but people was also going into business. You know what I mean? So it's a yin and a yang type of thing. It's a yin and a yang effect. So there's opportunity nonetheless. And the billionaire Charlie Munger, who's the co-chairman of Berkshire Hathaway, he said it in his book that I got right here, in Poor Charlie's Almanac. He said that sometimes
What's the book?
opportunity. What's that?
What's the book you said?
Give me just a second. So This is Port Charlie's Almanac by this is the co-chairman of Berkshire Hathaway. This is Warren Buffett's right hand man, right? So he said in this book, bro, that the funny thing about opportunity is that it somehow slips in through the back door, disguised as some type of defeat, temporary defeat, or disguised as some type of misfortune. That's what it looks like on surface level. You know what I mean? But you have to have an eye to see that it's there. You know what I mean? So, like I just heard that the WWE, bro, just did a major layoff. And I was hearing like names and shit. Like I heard about like Kurt Angle. You know, these is childhood heroes growing up and shit. Now you heard him hearing them.
He got laid off.
Got laid the fuck off. We don't need you. You're not relevant in today's economy and what the demand for the market is. Get the fuck out of here.
So and just like that, right? He's been around, like you said, childhood. Somebody, bald head. We don't recognize him from being on TV. All that stuff.
Right.
Just like he's going out, it's the same thing in the business world. It's the same thing in any kind of industry. Those that don't adapt are about to get kicked out. It's because, because I mean, let me ask you: do you think that it's? I read a book called Scaling Up, right? And it talks about how the majority of business, you can relate this to anything in life. People remain in the mice level, so it goes from mice to, I think they call it what's the second part? Mice to, I think it was like dog or something like that, to elephant. But basically, it's like showing that the majority of businesses stay small, then they get to the medium level, then they get to the large level, and what I'm thinking, what I'm predicting is the elephant level, the larger level, the Fortune 500 companies, the companies that are large, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They have a harder time. Times like this almost do them, no good because they can't pivot. They can't do anything with everything going on. Like, I'm in the personal training and fitness space, I can jump online, but goals, they can't just be, all right, we're just going to be, closer to the end consumer and just jump online.
Facts.
So I feel like it's almost as if, like, during times like this, like you said, most millionaires are created during times like this. You have no choice but to be able to level up, gain market share, things
Facts.
of that nature.
Yeah, I was going to personally ask you because being a fitness advisor, I know you in the service industry, you deal with people one on one. How has everything affected your business, and what kind of ways have you found an opportunity to still give your clients value?
So luckily for me, I had an online platform because I had been researching ways to make my business recession proof with where I was at prior. So I already had like a 3-part plan. Like I had a playbook for how to currently run my business when things were, I guess, somewhat good before this hit. I had a playbook for pretty much online for how I could, pretty much expand online, which I was already doing. And then I had a playbook for, okay, how am I going to merge the two together so when the next market crash hits or whatever crazy thing happens, how can I pivot? Because I knew, just like you said, when times like this hit, or when the little guys can gain market share, if they're prepared, if they have the knowledge, if they have, if they're aware of what's going on.
Yeah.
And, most people they're not aware, they're just, I don't know what to really say.
I would say they're just reacting. You know what I'm saying? That's what's happening. They're reactive to what's happening. You said you was planning. You said you had a plan just in case something came along and just kind of changed up the status quo. You was being proactive in that regards. And so, I work for Quicken Loans. And I heard somebody ask the CEO straight up, like, am I going to lose my job? Just be honest with me. And in 2008, when Dan Gilbert laid off 200 people due to the economic housing collapse, he said that was the worst feeling in the world. And so he said he never wanted to do that again. So he said he spent the last decade stockpiling capital for a rainy day. This is that rainy day that they were saving money for, you know what I mean, to try to be able to weather the storm. And like you said, demand in the market pivots. And nobody saw this coming, but you do have to be ready to pivot. And one thing I can say about Quicken Loans is they certainly ready, because right now they working on big machines that can generate masks and shit like that. They're trying to figure out ways to stay relevant to their community and their clients. Yeah.
They can generate masks.
Yeah, they want to create their own mask. You know what I'm saying? That's what your business have to do. Your business have to pivot and find a way to be relevant to today's economy. You know what I mean? Like, I read about I remember reading Good to Great by Jim Collins. There's a book that great book, man. And so I remember when he was talking about the company Nucor. You know, he said Nucor started out as a steel plant company, like they produce just steel. And he said, fast forward 50 years later, the company had nothing to do with steel. They had pivoted into like the aerospace industry. You know what I mean? So it's like, just because your company start out doing one thing, don't mean the economy can't come along and change your plans. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or nature.
I had to learn that the hard way too, though. Cause, you know, go ahead, finish what you got to say.
No, that was it. That's what I mean. Like you said, the businesses wasn't ready, but nature don't care if you're ready.
That's kind of what. And so speaking on, I heard you was speaking on like saving for a rainy day and stuff like that. I kind of want to talk about that too, like your habits, because I think a lot of people think sometimes when you're talking about and you're en route to becoming successful, you have to cut everything out of life. But habits are strong. Like I done read books on habits and stuff like that, like small tweaks. You know, saving $25 a week, $100 a week, whatever you can afford to save. But pretty much the compound effect, being able to have something, you know, automatically being saved in the way you live every day. Habits are very, very strong, and to the point where, you know, if you had a set routine that you were living and saving and doing different things that prepares you for something like now, it's almost as if you can just walk into this, you know, with your eyes open, like, you know what I'm saying, not with a blindfold on, like, oh snap, what do we do now, you know? Cause, and it's kind of like what you said, and that's also what I want to talk about too. I don't think that it's natural to be proactive and to be a producer, because in school,
of course,
they don't teach you about that.
Right.
You know, they don't teach you about being proactive. They don't teach you about being a producer. At least not where I went to school. It might be like, you know what I'm saying? But because I mean, just thinking about some of the stuff, some of the mindset beliefs that I had to drop, you know, was just, it was hard for me, because it's like, in order to create things, you have to create things. And in school, that you're always receiving things. You're always, and it's just like you were saying with nature, like you said, nature doesn't care if your business model has been this. We're shifting you over this way.
Right.
In school, it's always like, you know, with success, it's always like, what got you here won't get you there. In school, it's kind of like, all right, you're here. I have the game plan for you to get here. You already know it.
Right.
So I think sometimes when people can't decipher the difference between what school taught them and what life is going to teach them, you almost start off, you know, a couple of steps behind. I almost want to say that, you know?
Facts. I totally agree with that, bro. And, you know, you hit on like just habits, how strong habits is. That's another thing Charlie Munger talked about. He said sometimes the chains of habit are too weak to be felt until it's too strong to be broken. You don't even realize you have a habit until it's too late.
Too weak to be felt until it's too strong to be broken. I like that.
It already got you. You know what I'm saying? Once you realize it's a habit, that habit has already got the best of you. So I don't want to sit up here and act like I'm doing everything right, or I'm making all the right moves and I'm living a perfect lifestyle, because, bro, I ain't saved money for shit. So me understanding that I'm not good at saving and understanding humans are naturally not good at saving, I'm like, okay, what can I do with my capital so that it's out of my hands and I don't do stupid shit with it? Maybe I can invest more in my branding. Maybe I can put more towards stocks. You know what I'm saying? Things like that. Get more exposure. You know what I'm saying? So like, I'm buying like more equipment and shit for like my, you know, for my videography business. So I've been buying like stabilizers and shit like that. Just trying to spend money on the right assets. You know what I mean? That can eventually help me get further or closer to where I'm trying to get. Exactly. Something that can help ensure a return. I know no return is guaranteed, but you know what I'm saying? It just makes facts. You know what I'm saying? It gives me a chance rather than, you know, just trying to like, because I know a lot of people that's about to take these stimulus checks, bro, and buy fashion. Unless you're an artist.
I know somebody that just wasted $900 today. She only got $300 left over, and I'm just like, dang. But, you know.
And I'm not here to judge. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that you're so insecure that you feel like you have to have a certain type of belt or you have to have a certain pair of pants. I'm sorry that that's where the world has gotten you today. But, you know what I'm saying? If I can get enough people to wake up and understand, like, look, none of that shit matters. Where can you put your capital before you spend it anywhere else that's going to help you get further to where you're trying to go?
And then if you put it in the right places at the right time and create those assets will buy you exactly everything you need.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? And then, yeah, I mean, it's like I said, there's so much stuff that I wish that they would go over in school, even if you're a specialist, even if you're, you know, if you might be a doctor, so whatever degree, no matter how high up you go, it still will never be the natural laws that life is going to teach.
And I'm under the impression that that's completely by design now. Like, I'm under the impression that is.
Okay, so let me about school. It talks about. Dang, I can't think of it. I'm gonna shoot it to you when we get off of here.
Who wrote it? Do you know the author at all?
I can't remember who wrote
Okay.
it, but it's a blue book with red writing on the front of it. But it was by design. Because if you think about, I always tell people, I tell my clients, I tell my team, I tell people that I'm mentoring, I say, listen, life is like a machine, all right? And if you can't understand this, you will fit in somebody else's machine. No matter what, you're going to be in a machine, but you have to understand and be aware of the machine that works. If the machine is lacking one piece, then it doesn't run well, right?
Right.
Up the hood of your car, and you're missing a piece of the engine, you're not going to be able to go as far as you can go.
Right.
Right? You are that piece to somebody else's engine.
Right.
So you have to understand what engine are you going to build for yourself. But a lot of people operate in the capacity of, I'm just going to be a part of somebody else's engine. I don't want to do anything. I don't want to really invest in myself. But you have to understand that, for the crowd out there that says stuff like, well, why do you take life so serious? Okay, I agree you don't have to take life so serious, but you don't need to think that life is just a game either.
Facts.
There's so many different aspects to the machine that you must build in order for your life to be complete. And the second I understood it, because I started off naturally being a guy that took stuff more black and white, very serious.
Yeah.
But then I had to start understanding, like, all right, they're not necessarily wrong, you know what I'm saying, for wanting to not necessarily take charge of their future.
Yeah.
And when I started studying and I really got out there in business, I had to develop real skills, and I started really getting like a 30,000, view of things. I was like, snap. A lot of people, if you look at 99% of the world, operates in somebody else's machine.
Facts.
Which is let's short-term comfort for long-term discomfort.
Mm-hmm.
If that makes sense.
Like, 100%.
Where they're not doing delayed gratification. They're not investing in themselves long term. They're wanting that immediate gratification.
But do you understand why? It's almost, you have to break into your natural human genetics. You have to, because like you said, man, that habit is so strong that it already got us. Literally, as humans, like when an object is further away from the brain, like if you look up at the sun, it looks like a little circle in the sky, right? But the fact that object is 93 million miles away from your brain is allowed to shrink it. It pays attention to objects that's closer, so it expands them. So when I put my hand right in my face, it's the only thing in my vision. So it works the same way when it comes to like rewards, right? Because if I offered you $1 today, but I say, Josh, if you wait till tomorrow, I'll give you this $100. You're gonna wait till tomorrow. You're like, all right, cool. But if I offered you $1 today and I said, hey, wait till next year and I'll give you $100, you probably not gonna wait till next year. Like, look, man, just give me what you got right now. I take that, because the reward is a little bit further out, so it seems a little smaller or a little less relevant. And that's why people don't delay their gratification. I need something that's right here, that's gonna give me dopamine right now.
And I think that school does do that as well, because you got things, they lay it out. All right, business, I could be working my ass off for 15 years and never see a result. School, I know we got 4 quarters. I know we got 2 or 3 breaks.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And subtle things like that are things that you don't
Damn.
realize how much it wires your brain. Like,
literally.
You start thinking, yeah, go ahead.
You think you right though. You right. You start thinking that the weekends is when it's time to turn up.
Yeah,
you hear me?
You get used to. So then you go against somebody like me, where I have redesigned and restructured my brain to not necessarily take stuff the hard way and like take the long route, but you go against somebody like me, I kind of understand how extreme focus can get you ahead of the herd by a long shot.
Extreme focus, bro. And can you just talk about or hit on like what that extreme focus might mean, or what that might look like on a practical level? Like what kind of sacrifices got to be made to focus like that?
So so when you talk about extreme focus, like let's say, because everybody has dreams. I don't care what anybody says. I mean, everybody has dreams. The thing is just that very few get there. Very few people make progress because they don't have the focus. And I hear people say that a lot of people aren't driven. And I've grown to discover from like mentoring people, talking to people, that that's not the case. Most people are driven. They just, like I said, number one, they fit into somebody else's machine. All right, because they have enough focus to get you in their machine. And when I say focus, I mean, what do you want? Even it's nothing wrong with being anybody else's machine, but what do you want out of it?
What do you want, right?
Yeah, what do you want? If you're working in that job, if you're a professional athlete, if you're, you know what I'm saying, in med school, what do you want out of that machine? Do you want to create your own? And once you have that set marker, focusing on getting there. But it's hard for a lot of people to grasp, because if I say that I'm going to do this, I'm going to bust my ass until I get it, no matter if it takes me 10, 15, 20 years, now you're hearing people that have been in somebody else's machine and have all these thoughts that are saying, well, you know what, Josh? What if you die before then? Or what if you go and you keep working and then you never get a big break, and, you know, now all of a sudden you never were able to have a wife and kids, and you were never able to enjoy your 20s, and you were never able, all these different things that fill your mind. And Ty Lopez said it best. He was talking about it. He was talking about, like, most of the stuff that we hear, never, all these different fears that are put in our heads, never really come true. They never really come true.
That's why they say fear is an abbreviation or acronym for false evidence appearing real.
Yes, man, because it never comes true. Like, there's been several times, especially when I first started business, when I thought I was going to go out of business. But I had to get to the point where it's almost as if they say a lot more wealthier people are more spiritual, because they have to believe in things that they cannot see.
Literally.
Right? Literally, yeah, literally. Like, I'm looking at my bank account and I have $100, and I have like $2,000 that's due next week, but I'm not going to stress over it. I'm going to figure out a way to get it. Like, you know what I'm saying? There's these different skills that you start.
How can I?
Yeah, it's just these natural, a habit. Instead of my mind saying, oh, dang, I ain't going to be able to do that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I start saying, dang, okay. And I almost tell people, like, sometimes I'm talking to, like, my cousins, I'm talking to other people. I tell them, like, listen, if I put you in a pre-K, or if I put you in a kindergarten class, would you feel insulted if I was just like, all right, I need you to write out, you know, the ABCs. Like, I need you to write it out for me. You're going to be all like, of course I can do that. I don't want to be here. And I'm like, that's exactly how a lot of other, you know, tougher feats that you fear, that you feel that they're tougher right now, are to some people that have advanced themselves, that have challenged themselves, making money, leading teams, building businesses. These things, if done right and practiced over time, can almost feel like an insult to me. If you tell me that I'm not going to be able to get clients, or I'm not going to be able to, you know, start a new business, I've practiced it. I've dealt with some of those struggles, just like everybody starts with the struggle of learning how to count from, you know, 1 to whatever, or ABCs, all these different things, reading. Like, all that stuff is fundamental, but no matter what level you're at, it could be fundamental as well for you.
Right. And yeah, you mentioned fear, and it's the thing that really cripples a lot of people. Like you said, the thing that you're afraid of never actually happens. Charlie Munger talked about it in the Poor Charlie's Almanac. He like, look, worrying. He said worry should be a sin, because it's the only sin that you like. It's the worst sin of all sins, because it's the only sin that you don't get to enjoy. Like, you get to enjoy greed a little bit, being greedy. You get to enjoy that.
Yeah.
You get to enjoy, you know what I'm saying, fornication a little bit. You know what I'm saying, stealing from people. That can be exciting a little bit. You know what I'm saying. But you don't enjoy worry at all, or envy. Like, that's actually worse than the actual thing actually happening to you. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's so. Just imagine how many books never got read. I mean, got written. Or how many business ventures never got started.
That's why I said the graveyard is the richest place on earth.
Because of what people feared the outcome might be. Like, I think you're a winner I think going after it, whether you win or lose, makes you a winner.